Well,
I've
we're
had
live. We are live now,
service
guys.
issues before.
We are now live, guys. All right, so welcome
Okay.
to Curse of Strahd, session number 10. Last week we left off. They all had a nice hard battle against 10 wolves that threatened to take out everyone. And Ireena came in and helped out a little bit to make sure that the wolves did not win. And with that, we have gotten back on track after the fight, and everyone has been healed up thanks to Orryn, the cleric. And we are going to continue down the road, right, guys?
Yep, pretty much.
All right, so as you continue around the bend, you happen to see a bright fire up ahead. Actually, hold on. Yeah. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds. Yeah, black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 meters in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel top wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. So, in actuality, you all are up here at this encampment, and I will be switching the map in a second. Which those that were actually in the map seen it go dark. How dare something go wrong? Darn thing. I hate when it does that. All right. Now let me unfog this. All right. So that being said, if you look at your map, you will see a encampment and a whole bunch of people sitting around a campfire. And you see the horses and everything else. As you guys walk up, hold on a second. Okay, I am on the wrong one. I need this one because I'm trying to get it to match up where they can see everything, or at least most of everything. All right, maybe that'll help. That's a little
Got
better.
map and sheet.
Huh?
I
What'd you say?
have map and sheet.
Cool. Awesome. So, as you guys are approaching, there is there is a gentleman who looks over and goes, "Ah, Giorgio! Welcome, welcome to our encampment. Come on in, enjoy our fire. We're just having a big old party, you know. It's just great here. So come on over. Come, friends."
Orryn just kind of just stands there and just freezes.
Why do they all look the same? That's concerning.
Ignore what the tokens are. They are not all looking the same. That's just a token.
Sir Edward looks at the party and asks them what you guys want to do.
Ireena lets you know
Proceed
they're
with
a little
caution.
eccentric, but they're definitely outsiders. But we generally have no problems with them.
Okay. Orryn, what's your thought? What's your thought on this stuff?
Honestly, it startled me because they were so cheerful and everything, wanting to have us join in, and I've never seen that before.
Well, we could use a rest.
Well, I mean, granted, yeah, we could, but are they trustworthy enough?
I'm saying, like, not like sleep rest. I'm talking about, like, get off our feet,
No, I completely understand what you're saying. I do. But who's to say they're not going to? I don't know.
Okay.
Do
Sir
something
Edward
evil.
takes out his great sword and he looks at the people around the fire
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why
and
did you
tells
bring
them
that up?
if you guys try to rob us, I will decapitate you.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
boy.
Thank you, mother, for that one.
Giorgio, we are not like that. Come, enjoy. Enjoy with us. Come. Food, drink, wine. Enjoy.
Oh, wine.
No.
Sure thing.
No. I don't
But they
have
have
the spell slots
wine.
to help you get. I don't have the spell slots to get you undrunk. I don't have those spell slots available.
I thought you were concerned that it might have been poisoned or something. I'm like, I can fix that problem.
Fine, I'll have
about
one
the
cup.
poison.
Will that make you feel better?
I'm sorry, what was that, Sir Edward?
I'll have one cup. Does that make you feel better?
No! One turns into two turns into four turns into you're passed out on the floor.
Fine. Let's grab some water from the river.
Corvum, can you make sure the water's okay, please?
I do what?
Make sure the water's okay. It's not going to cause any, disease, illness. Oh my God, my
I got
studying is
you.
causing me to think in the game. Holy crap. Oh my
I
God,
got you.
I'm so sorry, guys. That was totally not supposed to happen.
He's
You're having a
actually
mental
studying to
breakdown or something?
become for a serve save
Oh
certification.
God.
So yeah, that's what his issue
Yeah,
is.
I'm sitting there studying all this, and I did not mean to combine the two together in this. It just happened.
Well, Sir
Wow.
Edward heads towards the wagons and bonfire. You guys coming, or are you just gonna stand there?
Well, Trixie just grabs Orryn by the shoulder, and just drags him in towards the bonfire. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
Sir Edward takes his
Corvum?
great sword and plunges it into the earth and sits down by the wagon.
All right. We'll pull everyone up since, yeah, nobody's moving their characters. Shame on y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I moved
I'm
y'all.
sorry.
I moved y'all. Okay.
Okay, I will make sure I move us from here on out, okay?
All right. Well, Rena, gentleman says, finally, welcome, Georgios. My name is Ireena. I am one of the many, as you see, we're great people here. One of many of this family. What brings you to our encampment?
Travel.
Well, aren't we all traveling? Where
Yeah, but I
might
don't think
you?
we're all traveling the same direction, though.
You never know. We might be. We might not be. That is up to fate, isn't it?
What do you mean by fate? You have me intrigued.
Well, I mean, we don't. Whatever decisions we make, it's already been decided for us. Don't you agree?
No, you
You,
have free will. Your fate is not decided. Only one thing is certain.
and what might that be, Giorgio?
The one thing that is decided is you were put here by the Wild Mother.
Mm,
She has in control of everything.
he takes a sip of wine and says, the Wild Mother. I have not heard of such a woman.
Sir Edward burst out laughing.
I will get to that in a minute. The Wild Mother that I speak of is the reason why you are here on this planet. The Wild Mother is the reason why you have your horses getting water. The Wild Mother is the reason why me and this party are together.
I
The
see.
Wild Mother is the one that is in charge of this area, unlike what a certain person would lead you and others to believe.
Who might that be that you speak of? Because I know no Wild Mother being in control of this area.
Is the Wild Mother giving you the wine that you are currently drinking?
No, the ground gives us our wine.
Sir
So it
Edward
is
laughed
nature.
even louder.
You'll be quiet back there, you. I will deal with you in a minute. Where does the grapes come from? Did you produce them yourselves?
No, we've been growing them for a long time here, for
Okay,
many
okay,
generations.
so you plant them, correct?
Yes, we do, Giorgio.
Which means that you have to have the knowledge and the wisdom to plant them and how to grow them and how to make sure they are ripe, correct?
Correct, but we were taught by our kin on how to make sure they were ripe, correct, as you say.
And it was the Wild Mother, the person that I believe that gave you or gave your ancestors the information to do that. You may not believe in the same deities that I do, and that is fine. We all have our own belief system. We really do. And I could tell you from the one that's laughing his butt off already over here, he does not believe in anything. He has told me himself.
I only believe in
All I
one
want,
thing, comrade, and that is the sword.
yeah, I get that. I mean, we've seen you in action, and Unfortunately, I have to heal you 95% of the time because you can't get out of getting damaged. But anyway, just keep the wild mother into consideration. And if you do have the ability to uh, have a great bounty when it comes to your grapes and your making of your wine, just maybe give her a thank you for the ability to grow your grapes for your wine.
Where the fuck did this Irish accent come from?
I have no
That's what I would like to know.
I'm trying something new, okay? Leave me alone.
I'm hearing an Italian accent and a Irish one.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to figure out his voice, and I can't quite figure it out yet.
It's good, man. It's funny, Joe. It's just funny.
I'm trying, okay? Honestly, I'm trying to come with his voice. It may change from time to time. I'm
All
trying
right.
here.
But that was just like, what the hell is really going on here? But anyways,
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. If you guys don't like the accent, I'll try something else.
oh, you're good. I was just like, what's going on? But anyways, Rena looks at you and is like, okay. Anyways, come sit down, enjoy. We got stew here, made from some of our local creatures, and it is very good. Um, and we might even have a story or two to tell you of this land. Crickets. I don't like crickets.
Sir Edward lays up against the wagon and starts to drift. Being I'm still technically exhausted.
Oh yeah, you are right.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, same here.
So it's a good thing he didn't
Sorry,
drink
I was
anything.
taking care of
Probably just
something.
took
Was
one
I
drink
talked
and that was
to?
it.
Sorry, what?
Said I was taking care of something. Was I talked to?
No, Rena just says to enjoy come enjoy the food from the local wildlife and it's stew and enjoy some drinks by the fire, and they may have a story or two of this area.
Well, Trixie, not having real food, all she's been having are the rations that we had bought. She just runs right to the stew and starts to smell it to see if it smells good.
Nothing
And Sir
smells
Edward
wrong
has
with
fallen
it.
asleep.
Nothing smells wrong with the food.
She gets her big cat eyes and is looking around to see if she could go ahead and try the stew.
One of the other Vistani, or one of the other people around the fire, goes and dips out, takes a ladle, dips out a good portion of the stew, and hands it right over to Trixi.
I know probably what I'm going to be doing here probably requires a roll, but here we go. She starts to eat the stew.
It tastes perfectly fine.
She downs the entire container of stew that she was given.
Question. Do I need to roll to see how long I'll be out? Being I fell asleep near the wagon.
Sure. Give me a Constitution roll.
Guidance.
You fall asleep, and it only takes you you're out for just a little bit. We're talking like 15 minutes, and you wake up remembering where you are, and you still smell the stew over the fire.
He wakes up.
Sir Edward gets up using his greatsword as a kind of like a cane to pull himself up.
Before he gets up, I'm going to throw him for a loop here. Before he gets up, he sees Trixi and Orryn walking towards him with a bowl of the stew and offers it to him.
Well, thank you. And lasses.
So, about how long do you think y'all are gonna stay here? Because I mean, they're still playing their accordions, just singing along, having a grand time. How long do you think you're gonna stay at the encampment?
I'm thinking maybe like a half hour or so, just to relax. Just so we can,
Go ahead.
get off our feet, and relax, and take our short and long rest.
Well, a short rest is an hour. A long rest is 8 hours.
And I don't want a long rest here. We've got some traveling to do.
Yeah.
Orryn walks over to one of them and asks about the horses by the river.
What do you want to know about our horses? I mean, they're majestic animals. They haul our stuff around. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Are all of them yours?
Why, of course. You see our four carts. And as you guys, I want a history check from everyone.
History check.
I'm casting guidance.
Oh boy, that's in my wheel.
On Trixi for this history check.
21 for me.
Jesus.
Hey, I haven't rolled mine yet.
History is one of my proficiencies, so
I see that.
And here.
Well, Corvum and Trixi. Wait, Corvum, when did you join in? Were you here at the very beginning of the session 0, session 1? You didn't come in later, did you?
Wait, my roll didn't show up.
It did.
Oh, okay.
So you've been here ever since the beginning, right?
Yep.
Okay, I was just making sure. I couldn't remember if we brought you in later or not. Okay, so
wow, you can't even remember,
dude. You ought to know how these sessions go. A lot of stuff gets.
Oh yeah.
Why is? Oh, never mind.
Before we get through to the history lesson, I'm guessing each one of these carts takes 4 horses to pull, right?
2.
That's what I said. 2 horses.
Well,
to
there's
pull
8 horses.
1 wagon.
Yeah. Yep.
So 2. Wait, am I looking at that right? Yep.
Yeah, there's 8 of them.
2.
There's 8 draft horses and 4 carts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn.
Anyways,
the whole reason why I was asking is because we have a distance to travel, and I see that you guys have horses and carts. And I was wondering if there was any way by chance that maybe we could come up with a deal to where maybe we could take maybe a horse off of your guys' hands to help us with our journey.
Unfortunately, our horses are not for sale. But as I was trying to come towards Sir Edward and Corvum, you suddenly realize that some of these people look familiar, and you recognize the carts.
Oh shit! Yes, these are the people that we after we left some bureaucrat's place, we went with them.
Incorrect.
And then we got fucking.
Oh yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then we got and then we got thrown
Got
off
left
the damn
behind in the
wagon.
fog.
Yep, and then we found the death house and shit.
Wait. Are you guys telling
I think we've
me
seen
that
enough.
these are them?
Yep. Sir Edward pulls his sword out of the ground vigorously and points it at him and be like, "You guys pushed us out of the wagon."
Wait a minute.
Whoa! Sir Edward,
Diplomatic solutions, please.
Slow down a minute. Slow down.
No diplomatic solution. They pushed us out of the wagon. That thieves for
Hold on.
for retribution.
Retribution for what?
For throwing us out of a wagon. That hurt, you know.
Did they physically throw us out, or did we fall out?
I don't know, but they didn't stop for us, so.
Is this all because Orryn starts to take steps back and far away, try to hide behind Trixi? Is this because of Lancelot?
No.
Oh god.
I want an insight check on that. No.
This was before Lancelot.
I want insight check. I want to insight check that no. I'm insight checking that no from you.
Roll an insight, Sir Edward.
Hold on. Insight. Hold on.
Actually,
I don't care.
Actually, incorrect. Sir Edward, roll a deception.
Roll a what?
I want to know.
Roll a deception check.
Deception?
Yes.
Hold on.
Hold on. The circle on this means I have proficiency, right?
I believe so.
I can't. I don't have advantage on it.
The circle is black. You are proficient. If the circle is white, you are not proficient.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Orryn, I also rolled a 9.
Right. So you can't tell whether or not he is telling the truth about his reasons.
I would like to roll a intimidation towards the people that threw us out of the wagon.
Okay.
Damn.
As intimidating as you try to be, they look at you and are like, Giorgio, what's with that face? I mean, we aren't here to hurt you.
Orryn, as the calm-headed one, as he's trying to be, comes out from behind Trixi and goes, look, guys, here's the deal. When you guys were taking us on a journey, I don't know if we were pushed out or if we fell out. I don't remember. We've had a lot happen since then. We went to this house, and there was this dog. His name was Lancelot. Sir Edward here, and he points up, fell in love with this dog. The dog made a choice to make for sure that we got out of that house safe and sound. I don't know how he is acting is because of that. And I'm trying to make peace to where he doesn't go completely nuts and kill all of you, because he can with just one swing of his mighty sword. Oh God, I went to the accent again. So
Giorgio, no worries, no worries. I hate to tell you.
You say that, but you don't know him as well as this party does.
Sir Edward starts twirling his sword.
Giorgio, put that sword down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Sir Edward slams the sword into the ground, and it goes like almost a foot into the ground.
Nah, that means you buried it to the hilt.
It's a great sword. It's supposed to be long.
Not. Okay, all right. So you buried about a quarter of it into the ground. Yes. Okay. I see you have some questions, which we will gladly answer you. As for your journey here, no. I promise you, Giorgio, we did not push you out of our carts. Fate decided you needed to go on a journey. You were meant to be here at this time, not when we wanted you here. Do you understand, Giorgio?
Sir Edward gets irritated with this fate stuff and starts cracking his knuckles.
My friend, Giorgio, you have nothing to worry about. Your fate is in the hands of the land.
Now, who's the one talking to me?
That would be Ireena. That would be Ireena.
Is Ireena a guy?
Araja, yes. Araja is a female, and she's just quiet.
Ireena's the guy, huh?
Yep.
I would like to unarmed strike Ireena.
How about let's not and say we did.
All right, go for it. If that's your... Okay, roll damage. As you bring your fist back and where are you going to hit him?
In the face.
As you connect with his face, you see a bit of blood trickle out, and the rest of the people get in between you all and say, whoa, Giorgio,
But after I punched him, I told him to shut the hell up.
Whoa.
We are not a violent people. What is that all about? We invite you into our camp. We feed you. We give you wine. Why are you attacking us?
First of all, that wasn't an attack. That was a warning.
You hit.
Well, shut up, Sir Edward. Really? You can't go 30 minutes without getting into a fight? Really?
Wow.
Trixi,
Somebody's got anger.
Who you've sparred with walks up to you and goes, I don't want to fight. We just got done dealing with wolves. What have they done to us? They have been, Orryn jumps in and goes, they have been nothing but kind to us. They welcomed us into their camp, and this is how you repay it? If this is about Lancelot, then you need to say so.
No, I'm just tired of hearing this religious crap from both of you.
Who?
I speak to religious crap because I can.
Not you. I'm talking about them. You I can handle
They have
because
their religious. What they believe is what they believe. And Orryn, you see his fist just start to ball up because he's getting aggravated. Their beliefs are their beliefs. My beliefs are my beliefs. Your beliefs are your beliefs. It doesn't get you the right to ball up your fist and try to swing at him. We are a team. We are a party. We, as individuals, it makes us who we are. Are we stronger together? Yes, we are. And you see Trixi start to turn her head and just her eyes get real wide, like, where is he going with this? Orryn looks up at Sir Edward and goes, I don't throw my religion at you. And if I did, yeah, I apologize for throwing it at you. But you need to understand, we're individuals. Just because we want to talk to religion doesn't mean that you have to listen.
Question, is Ireena still on the ground?
Ireena has gotten back up.
Okay, I was going to say,
Orryn goes back up and make sure that they are okay.
Sir Edward goes back over to Ireena and brushes him off and pats him on the shoulder. Oh. At least you can take a punch, old friend.
This is how you treat your Georgios? Punch them?
Okay,
you got a weird way of showing it, my friend, my Giorgio.
Okay. Here's how we're going to settle this. Here's how this is going to work. My companion here doesn't like to use his words. I'm starting to notice he does not like to use his words. On the behalf of myself and probably the rest of the party, I would like to sincerely apologize for what happened. And unfortunately, people need to learn, and he looks straight up at Sir Edward and locks eyes with him. And goes, sometimes it's better for us to use our words more than it is to use our fists and use our weapons.
Sir Edward looks at Orryn and says, and he's like, meh, and pulls his greatsword out of the ground and puts it in his sheath. Scabbard or whatever.
Yeah, scabbard.
Now, it seems like to me, and this is Orryn talking, we may have overstayed our welcome because of your actions. So why don't we just go ahead and let's get on the road. We do have to take our companion, our guest, to where she needs to go.
No. Don't leave so quickly. It is a minor misunderstanding. We get it. Just come. I told you we got some stories for you. You might want to hear.
As long, and you just, as soon as he says stories, you just see him, you see Orryn just whip. Do those stories contain beasts that thrive on blood?
Yes.
Are those creatures also undead?
Yes.
Orryn, remembering when he was back in the town, him and Trixi tried to find information. He looks at Sir Edward, looks at Corvum, looks at Trixi. He asks, Sir Edward, you want information on how we're going to deal with these things?
I know how to deal with these things. You just chop off their head and stab their heart. Done deal.
Orryn puts his head down for a second, looks over at Corvum. Corvum, would you like information on how to deal with these things?
Corvum.
Corvum. While we wait on Corvum's answer, he looks at Trixi. Trixi is just looking and going, if we have to fight these things, we need to know how to handle them. We need to know what their weaknesses are, if there are any. We can't go into a battle not knowing. Because look at what happened the last time we got into a battle without knowing. Look what happened to the one that got away from us. And all we were trying to do was just study. And
Edward
learn.
goes over to Ireena and shakes his hand. But while he's shaking his hand, he also he has a gold piece in his hand, and while he's shaking his hand, he gives it to him. Sorry for the trouble, mate.
Orryn hits the ground when he sees and hears that. Just flat out hits the ground. Trixi runs over and starts not intentionally trying to hurt him, but tries to smack him in the face to wake him up. Orryn wakes up finally after getting smacked a couple of times, to wake him up. Looks over at Sir Edward and goes, "Did you just do what I think you did?"
What? I just shook his hand and I gave him a coin for the trouble.
But you shook his hand.
Yeah, what's wrong with shaking hands? It's a...
I've never seen you do it.
That's very uncharacteristic.
He's still just gaping open because he's in shock of what he just saw.
Anyways, yours. Let's gather around the campfire and we'll tell you a story of this land that you are in.
Before we go over to the campfire, Sir Edward picks up Orryn from his shirt, pulls him up, and shakes his hand.
What
happy?
Ow! I need that hand. I get it. You can shake hands, jeez. I get it.
Sir Edward, let's go.
All right, let's go. But put me down first. Are you gonna put me down or not? No.
I said, Sir Edward, let's go.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh God.
All right, let's go learn about this place. I don't know about you guys, but I'm willing to learn.
All
Sir
right.
Edward goes over towards the trees and takes out his great sword and starts whacking it.
Give me one quick moment. Gotta run downstairs.
What are you thinking? We need more firewood or something?
Might as well.
No, I kind of forget how small Orryn's character is, being a gnome.
Yeah. Why do you think when I screw with the word Orryn, I have to use my backside and I have to tap him lightly so I don't actually hurt him? Because if I actually gave him a back strike, he would probably just fall on his face and have a big bruise on his back.
God damn. Oh, God bless. I hate frickin' Walmart delivery people. Wrong order. Completely wrong order. Literally none of our shit.
So did we get it corrected?
He's gonna
That
go
looks
figure.
like a
But anyways, back to the game.
that looks like a dog bed in the distance by one of the tents.
No. All right, everyone gathers around the campfire, and
Except for Sir Edward, that's trying to chop down a tree with his greatsword.
okay, but Ireena starts talking. A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing, and he looks right at Sir Edward. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to the precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet, by his magic, he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed over to the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value. But the river Ivlis had already spirited him away. And he throws what looks like sand into the fire, and it just bursts up high. And you get the idea that he is done telling the story.
Sir Edward is petting the draft horses.
So, okay. Then Sir Edward would have barely heard the story. What about everyone else?
I'm standing right next to everybody.
Okay, 1 second. I think Orryn had to go do something.
Well, being I'm over here petting the animals, should I roll for animal handling?
They're docile. They're not gonna attack you. You're not gonna be able to coerce them of any sort for animal handling.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, they're
Gotcha.
not going to bite your hand off.
Hey man, have you been around real horses?
Considering that I am a trained horse handler and rider, yes.
Point for Corvum. That's funny. Gosh darn it. All right, hurry up, Orryn.
I know everything when it comes to taking care of a horse except for chewing. That's the only thing I haven't learned yet.
That's, oh god, I can't remember what they're called. They have a technical name for that.
Yeah, I know. It's called, starts with an F, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know it starts with an F, but I cannot think of what the name is. Huh? 1 second, guys. Where is that button? Her eggs keep showing up to the places she's at and beating the fuck out of her. Oh my god.
Sir Edward walks towards the other horses down the line and comes up onto a tent, and while he's petting the horse, he tilts his head to look inside.
Which tent are you looking inside?
The one by the river, where the horse is.
Oh. Well.
I'm not trying to make it obvious that I'm looking inside. I'm just
As you look inside, you see an elderly lady, and she goes, "Sir Edward, come on in."
Okay. Sir Edward walks in, staying close to the door.
Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into the depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles with dry wheeze. "At last, you have arrived." Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips.
Oh, great. A fortune teller.
Well, hello there, madam.
Where is the rest of your companions, Sir Edward?
They're over by the fire. I just came down to pet the horses.
I see. Well, This would be better handled with the rest of your companions with you. And yes, I am talking about Orryn, Trixi, Corvum, and Ireena.
Okay. Hold on one moment. Sir
No,
Edward walks
whoa,
out
Corvum.
and
Don't go
hollers,
jumping the gun.
hollers at the top of his lungs. Orryn, Trixi, Ireena, and Corvum, come over here.
Oh, let me go see what's going on with Orryn real quick so we can continue this story because I don't think he heard any of it.
Yeah.
What now? Oh, great. La-dee-dee-dee, la-dee-dee-dum.
I'm getting fucking done with this shit. All right, Orryn. Come on, Orryn.
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm here.
So at this point, to fill you back in, Sir Edward has hollered for everyone to join the over by the tent near the river. Sir Edward peeked in, and the lady in the tent, an old lady, called him by name and asked him to come in and asked where the rest of his companions, Corvum, Trixi, Orryn, Garrick, and Ireena were. And Sir Edward has hollered for the rest of y'all to join him.
Orryn asks Sir Edward if she can be trusted.
What now?
I ask if she can be trusted.
Though.
I don't know, but she seems to know us by name, so.
I think she's a fortune teller.
Orryn kind of has this look on his face, like something is wrong. He can't quite put his finger on it yet. He looks up at Sir Edward and goes, I trust you. If you say that she is trustworthy and if you say that it is safe, then I trust you.
If I have to come over there and drag you here, I will.
No, I will go. I will go. I'm telling you, I'll go.
All right, so everyone heads over to the tent, and she looks at everyone. Now that everyone has actually arrived, and says, "It took you all long enough. I have been expecting you. Are you ready to learn your fate?"
Sure. Why not?
Corvum, Orryn, Trixi, it's gotten way too quiet over there.
I said okie dokie.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Sounds good to us.
First off, let me introduce myself. I am Madam Eva. I have been around quite a while. I see you all have been through a lot. Orryn, Garrick, I see you have quite a lot of faith in this wild mother that you keep professing. Sir Edward, you have seen many battles. Trixi, you're a little hard to read, but I see you have done a lot of sneaking around and done some great things with those daggers on your side. And Corvum, even though you come from the infernal plane, I see you have good in your heart. Ireena, you know who I am. I already know you. And upon you all agreeing to hear your fate, she pulls out this old deck of looks like playing cards and starts shuffling them.
Before you go,
cards?
I was going to say, are they tarot cards or are they another set? Or
they are basically tarot, but they're called a Taroka card. They're a Taroka deck.
Because if it was something else, I was going to recommend to the party, do not grab one.
They are basically a tarot card or a tarot deck.
Okay, then Orryn is still good.
All right. So you see her place down 5 cards and what looks like a cross. So like across a T, however you want to call it, where it's 3 across, 3 up and down. You get what I'm
3
saying?
3 down and 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's and she looks at each card and she says, this card speaks of the Tome of Strahd. Look to the west, find water aglow with the light of the sun, hidden behind the walls of man. And at that point, she flips it over, where you can no longer see the card. You just see the back of the card at that point. She goes to the next card. The holy symbol of Ravenkind. I see the house of a dragon, and a heart, once pure, corrupted by hatred. Bring light to the house, and peace to the heart, and you will have your protection from the devil on high. And she flips that card over. This speaks of a great sword called the Sun Sword. And no, Sir Edward, it is not a great sword like what you have in your scabbard. But it is a remarkable sword. I see the shrines of murdered gods. Help the land feel its peace, and it shall reward you with the power you seek. start in an amber place of darkness. Ah, we got one who might be able to help you on your path. Look for a mighty predator, a hunter of hunters. He stalks this land in hopes of slaying the mightiest prey of all. Perhaps you and he share an adversary. Last but not least, where shall we find your adversary? When it is time to face your fate in the eyes of your deadliest foe, pursue him into the depths of darkness. You shall find the devil in the tomb of the only man he has ever envied. Unfortunately, the thread of fate has told me what you need to know. Is there anything else I can assist you with at this point?
Okay. Sorry, I had to go feed the dogs. What did I miss?
Oh my god, you should have said something before I started reading the whole
No.
Taroka.
Just put it in general chat. I'll find out later.
Yeah, I'll post it all up in general chat later. But she has given you all your reading and has said the thread of fate has foretold that this is what you will need and where you will find your greatest adversary.
Cool.
Anything that you all want to talk to her about at this point, or are you guys ready to continue on?
Sir Edward looks at Madam Eva and asks, "Will I find a certain not person a certain animal or companion again?"
Madam Eva looks at you with her eyes, and you can see a little bit of sadness in them, and she slowly flips one of the cards over and says, "Unfortunately, Sir Edward, the threads of fate have determined you shall not find a companion."
Is there? Are we at a table? Or...
Yes.
Sir Edward slams his fist on the table and is the look on him is stressed / frustrated. And Sir Edward gets up and leaves the tent.
Are you talking
Okay,
in game, Orryn?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you talking in game or were you talking to Rachel?
I was talking to Rachel.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Sir Edward has left the tent already.
Orryn just looks, nods his head, walks out of the tent, Trixi nods her head and just walks out the tent.
Find you forever safe.
And may the Wild Mother protect you.
You speak of Wild Mother. I know not her name, but I appreciate it, young cleric.
I am not from what you would call this place. I come from a different place, looking for my way, looking for answers to questions that I have.
Of course you don't come from this place. I know everything about you, young Giorgio.
You know everything about me then, huh?
Of course.
Orryn walks back in to the tent. Trixie turns around and sees this and just kind of watches. He goes up to her and says, then if you know everything, then why do these thoughts keep going through my head of me wanting to do something?
The threads of fate guide you where you need to go.
The threads of fate. The threads of fate. Show me the fate. Show me fate. You can't show me fate. You can't. You can't in the cards.
Fate.
Believe me, I've had many fortune tellers. I know. I knew of a great fortune teller. I knew him personally. He was a great man. And unfortunately, that great man died. He tried to show me fate. He tried to teach it to me. But unfortunately, I could never understand. And I met the Wild Mother. The Wild Mother showed me things that I never knew, that I couldn't understand. Heck, there are still things that I don't understand. I traveled many a distance, and I mean many a distance to come here. Because I am a cleric. I heal people. I heal the body. But yet, how can a cleric like myself heal the mind? Because my mind hurts every day.
Young Orryn, if you speak that fate does not control you, if that were so, how is it that I knew your name without you even telling me your name?
As far as I know,
I knew you were
as
coming
far as
here.
I know, you asked me a question, let me answer, ma'am. As far as I know, you could have been hidden in the shadows when we introduced ourselves to other people, like her mother, and points over to our companion that's with us. You could have been in the shadow. We would never have known. You could have been at the house where we had one of our first battles, where we introduced ourselves to the twins. You could have been there. We would not have noticed. You can't stand there and say that fate brought us together. You cannot. You may know our names because you may have been somewhere where we were when we introduced ourselves.
Let me say this to you. Yes, you have done a lot of things. And yes, I know of the I know the significance of that tombstone. Now, you have not told any of your companions about that tombstone. Have you, friend?
Orryn looks at her. His eyes go ever darker green. A darker green that has never been seen. Looks at her and goes, and the reason why I have not is because none of this party has asked. I
Sir
have only
Edward,
introduced that
Have asked
tombstone
what?
one time. I am an outsider compared to the rest of my party, as you proclaim.
Don't think
to
I'm
know.
not.
Whoa. Let him finish before you go jumping in.
I am not of here, as you well know, or you proclaim to know. I am not of here. I worship a deity that nobody knows, and that's okay. I am myself. When the time is right, yes, I will tell the party about that tombstone and what it signifies. I will let the party know about my family and why I left my family back in Exandria. I will explain when the time is right. But until then, I have my own missions that I need to take care of. And one of those missions is to make sure every single one of those party members that I call my friends don't end up where I came from and what I used to do. That is one of my missions. And with you being all knowing and all wise, should know that.
Madam Eva looks back at her cards and just slowly flips one more over and looks right at Orryn and says, "Your fate will see your path managed correctly."
Madam Eva flipped the card. Sir Edward burst back into the tent with rage in his eyes.
Whoa, what's going on? Why are you like this?
I do
What's
not
going
trust
on?
this woman.
Sir Edward, I don't trust her either. I put my trust in you and asked if she was trustworthy
Speaking of
and if she was
gravestones,
okay.
I like Edwardson. Like you can tell that he's like crying and raged at the same time.
Okay. I know. Let's get the party together and let's sit down. I will explain everything.
Sir Edward slams his greatsword into the table and says, "No."
It's fair for everybody to know, and not just you. So let's get your sword. Let's get the party together. Let's sit down and let me explain everything.
Sir Edward pulls out Lancelot's collar and shakes it at the lady and says, "Fate does not control
You
me."
do not have Lancelot's collar.
Oh, well. Do I have anything of his?
Again, you gotta pass it by me first before you go bringing stuff in.
Do I have anything from?
No, you only have his
you don't.
memory.
So do we
Okay.
get to party? Do we get to party together so I can tell my story? Since it was brought up.
That's up to you all.
I'm asking the party if that's okay, because I mean, I don't know how much time we truly have, and it was brought up, and I think it's
We have about
appropriate.
15 minutes left in the game, and is it going to take longer than 15 minutes?
It'll take like 5-10, but that's the most 10 minutes. I can sum it down in 5 minutes if I need to.
I mean,
Sir Edward looks
I'm
at
already
Orryn
sitting
and says,
here, aren't
"Fine."
As soon as the party sits down, Orryn starts to stand up and stand in front of everybody. So you heard me tell her that I am not from here, and that is 100% correct. I am from a place known as Exandria. I came here because of my family. My family runs a cemetery. Ever since I was wee little. I don't know why I said wee little for, but I did. I was to bury people. It got to me. I tried to leave my family and go off on journeys in Exandria. I couldn't until I met a gentleman in a big town. He, with his magic, he sent me here so I could prove that people deserve to be above ground more than they do below. You see his hands start to move and start to shape. He casts prestidigitation, minor creation. You create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit in your hand. It lasts until the end of your next turn. A trinket can deal no damage and has no monetary value. With that, you see the tombstone. This is something that we used to put on the graves of the people we buried back home in Exandria. I use this to protect not just myself, but also this party. This is my reminder of things back home. You saw a bigger version of it, and I bet you wondered why when you saw it, Sir Edward, and he holds out his hand towards Sir Edward. You don't see your name on it. Puts his hand over to Trixi, his hand to Corvum. You all do not see your name on this, correct?
Yes.
Mm.
It is because it is my job to make sure that you three do not end up in the ground. The name that is seen as those that are against us. They are the ones that deserve to be in the ground, not you. You also fear, and he ends his conversation with this. There are going to be times where you see me off on my own. I may have what they call the 1,000-yard stare. When I talked to her, I told her that I'm looking for ways of healing the mind. I fight every day with thoughts of doing something to myself. I feel the thoughts of not being home in Alexandria or here with you guys. I have those feelings, I have those thoughts, and I cannot, I repeat, cannot get rid of them. In all of my travels and all of my journeys, I have never met a group of individuals like you. I have never felt the way I do. Orryn then, he closes his hand, opens it back up. The tombstone is gone. Orryn then just turns around and just tries to find a spot to himself, sits and thinks.
Sir Edward looks at Orryn and says, "Comrade, I have seen a lot of bad and horrific and gruesome stuff over my time. Don't worry. There's nothing more that the stuff that you think about is not as worse as that I've seen on the battlefield."
Orryn, after hearing that, looks up, looks at Sir Edward, and says, if only you knew what was going on in my head. If you only knew what I think about day after day. If you only knew, you wouldn't be saying that.
Girl, comrade, even if you think of the worst thing, it doesn't ever compare to an actual war.
I have seen war with my own two eyes.
So
I have seen two empires fight each other over what? Nothing. I have
Question.
buried many of a soldier's body
In
due to the war.
Question. In this world, do they have cannons or?
No.
So it's just sword and bows and arrows?
And magic.
I have watched somebody use magic on somebody to make him pretty much disintegrate, just leaving the skeleton behind.
You don't know how bad I've wanted to take even my spells. My spells that I used to protect you and wanted to do damage to myself. Orryn puts his head down and goes, I don't want to talk about it right now. Please,
Sir Edward
let
takes
me
off
for a
his
minute.
chest plate and shows Orryn his chest that has a big, like I want to say a 3-inch wide scar that goes from his shoulder all the way down to his hip.
Orryn goes, I told you, Sir Edward, I don't want to talk about it. I don't think you understand. I really don't think you understand.
It's not about understanding. It's about
Please.
brotherhood.
Please, just let me be by myself for a minute. I just gave you guys a lot of information. And I'm trying to deal with that as well as the thoughts that are running through my head. So please, give me a moment.
We'll take a walk, little one. Go relax.
Well, guys, with that being said, sounds like a great time to call it a night, and we can catch back up next week. It has definitely been a very interesting session. A lot of interesting information has come out. I will be posting the Taroka reading in the in the general chat for those that missed it because they were off smoking a cigarette and or taking out the dog, whatever it was. And we shall reconvene next Sunday the 9th. And you all have a great evening, and thank you to all who have watched our stream and are going to watch our stream. So have a great evening, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Oh yeah.